What if I told you that we're not meant to suffer? What if I told you that suffering is an illusion fed to us by the world and the people that raised us? Okay, by general society, if not the people that raised us. What I want to talk about today, okay, is that how it's unfortunate that so many people are caught up in this loop of sacrifice, suffering, pity, and like the victim woe is me mentality. What happens is these people fall into these four categories. Okay, I'll get deeper into that in a minute. But then they make life for people like me and you miserable. They make our lives miserable because they infiltrate our workplace, they infiltrate the schools, they infiltrate, our family members even, and spread this toxic, low vibrational behavior, this low vibrational mindset, and they actually think they're doing good. They actually think they're trying to help. And it's very prominent in families as well, parents especially, siblings, authority figures, parents, grandparents, what have you, aunts, uncles. uh, you know, so no, you don't have to suffer. Now, let me get deeper into this today. This message is to educate people and to give you guys an understanding of how much brainwashing is going on in today's world. Okay? Specifically in this Western world. I'm from the United States. That's where I live right now. That's why I'm making this video. Maybe you're from the US as well. Maybe you're not. Alright? I don't know who this message is for. But let me share something with you that I've observed over the years. That I've been in the workforce, that I've, been in school and, you know, overheard stuff, interacted with people, overheard conversations, just observed. I'm an observer. Alright, this is what's been going on. From a man's perspective, okay, I'll use men as an example because I'm a guy, so I'll just, try to make it a little more relatable to get across. But the same holds true for women. But for now, I'll use men as an example. You have a majority of men in America, in this country, they get married or they have kids, with somebody, right? A woman, whether they're married or not. Or they get married and they divorce, so they have alimony and child support, what have you, bills, mortgage, car payments, business they own, or some payments they have to make on something that they built or made, you know, employees they got to pay, right? Now, this probably doesn't really relate or hold true to people who have their own businesses because maybe they do like the work they do if they have their own business, but I'll just use an example of most men in America that have a significant other, a wife, divorced or not, alimony, kids, child support, a family, a nuclear family or not. They go to work to a job they hate. Okay? They half ass everything. They do the work, half ass it. Can't wait to leave. Go home. Their wife's a wreck, right? The second he walks in the door, emasculated, right? His poor kids, want stuff from him, but he just is too tired. He can never give enough. He doesn't feel like enough. He feels drained, so what does he do? To cope, because he doesn't want to bring his negativity in the home, probably. I'm sure some husbands do, or some men do. But to cope, most guys, they do bad habits. They do drugs, they smoke, they drink, they do stuff they shouldn't be doing. And what happens is this is how they cope. So they stay stuck in that loop. They numb out so they don't feel anything, so they don't want to change anything. Okay? And then they have friends who do the same thing, low vibrational friends who keep them stuck in this trap, right? They look over their shoulder and see their friend and their buddies are doing it, so they stay doing it too. Because it's comfortable, even though they're miserable, but at least they have money, okay? And yeah, you might be thinking, well, yeah, you gotta make a living in this world. But here's the thing, suffering's a choice. These people, low vibrational people, NPCs that chose this, they have a choice. They chose to get married. They chose to have kids with somebody. They chose to have a job that they hate instead of trying to find something or find a skill or talent that they can do, right? Unless they did build their own business or something, or do a something they actually built, they enjoy doing. But a majority of people don't do that, right? They don't even think about it. They don't even try, okay? And then they're miserable, so they make everyone else's lives miserable for you and me. And then they have kids and they teach their kids to do the same thing they did, and the cycle repeats. All right, that's what it is with these NPCs, with these people that don't know any better. These people that are too lazy to figure out that there's more to life than what their parents told them. All right? And you guys are not going to like hearing this, maybe, but I don't care. A lot of parents are stupid. Yeah, sure, they'll try their best to put food on the table at the job they hate. Yeah, sure, they'll try to raise their kids right with a lot of trauma and abuse. You know, a majority of them are dumber than a bag of rocks. And it's those type of people that make life miserable for people like you and me who are trying to ascend on and actually take power back in our hands and make a choice and figure out that we don't have to do this. You know, these people that do these choices, that live their lives this way, women do it too, right? You have women who work jobs that they hate. You won't believe how many female managers and how many female supervisors I've had who work and they're miserable and abusive, and they make life a living hell for me and for other people at the workforce, right? And it's their choice. They married somebody who didn't make enough money, so they have to work, and then they decided to have kids. Whoa, who forced them to have kids? Nope, they made that choice. And then they had a house and all this stuff and stuff they don't need, right? That's why I say these people are lost. My friends, they are lost. And they're going to try to pull that negativity onto people like you and me, okay? You can be the sweetest person on earth, the kindest person in the world. They don't care, right? Their misery is too strong. And guess what? You all know the saying, misery loves company. And the thing I was going to say a minute ago is that these people, they have no self-love. Number one, they outsource their self-worth. They listen to the world. They listen to messages saying that you need stuff and money and women and security and stability to be a worthy person. So they chase that, and then they're miserable because they have to work to get it instead of finding it in here. And three is that they listen to the pressures of society and maybe their parents or grandparents to have kids. That's a choice. Nobody has to have kids, right? Majority of people do it because they want to be in that cycle of suffering. It's an easy way to cope. All right, my friends, they have kids so that they can justify their life. They can justify buying that SUV. they can justify, you know, being busy because they have kids to look after, because it's cool or something. You know, they don't tell you this stuff. That's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you this message. Okay? It's a contest. It's a popularity contest. It's a let's see who can prove ourselves in this world by showing people that, oh, I had a family, you know, or oh, you know, I work 3 jobs. Why? So they can make everyone at that job miserable who works under them or with them, right? And they raise their kids, right? And they tell their kids that's life. You have to do that too, because we did it. That's what I mean. These people are dumb. All right, my friends. If you're watching this video, you probably don't fall into that category. Okay? I know you don't. Or else you would have clicked away already. Right? I don't know who this message is for. I don't know who's watching it today. But suffering is addicting because it puts you into that place of pity. And pity is addicting. Scientific study, it activates dopamine receptors in the brain. And the other one too. I don't know the name of it. Maybe it's serotonin or nesopressin, but it activates something else as well. Just like a drug. Point is that look, we have a choice. We don't have to do what people tell us to do because they did it. Stop chasing approval, guys. Stop wanting to be accepted by these people, even your family. You can't. You gotta detach. You have to detach. I repeat, detach. They want you to do the same thing they did and say, oh, you gotta sacrifice and suffer. It's part of life. No, our higher self, especially if you're a man, right? A guy watching this video, a man watching this video. No, it's a choice, right? Single men win. I'm not saying be single or not. I'm just saying single men win. All right? The philosophers or the psychologists have said so. Kierkegaard, Schopenhauer, and all those guys. Single men win. Number one. Number two, desire is the root of all suffering. Notice a theme with these people, these family members, these NPCs. They're basically telling you to get stuff and get approval and get a family and get kids and get recognition. They're telling you to desire those things. So guess what? You have to suffer because you gotta have those things. That's what they say. That's what they'll say. You can't listen to that. I'm here to tell you, you cannot listen to that. Do not. It's a lie. It's a lie. Okay? I'm serious. So, why do people put themselves through this? Because they desire the wrong things in life. They outsource what they could find in here. Now, a lot of us, all we need is a good amount of self love, you know, and a sense of purpose, a higher calling, you know, find our gift and use it. That's not going to be clocking in a 9 to 5. That's not going to be popping out a bunch of kids or giving somebody a bunch of kids. That's not your purpose. That's in nature. See, nature keeps humans a slave. That's like attraction between men and women. Men are attracted to the illusion of women. That keeps them a slave to nature. So they have kids and then they work and then they're a slave to society. You know, they're stuck in that loop. The Matrix, it's slavery. It's all a trick. I'm here to tell you today, we must rise above that. You got to see through it. You have to see through it. I'm serious. Listen. You must listen to me. If you don't listen to me, you're going to be stuck in that loop of suffering. You're going to be stuck in that cycle. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for me either. Okay? That's how I'm able to help share these things with you. So show some support for the channel. Okay? You don't have to suffer. Don't fall into the pity cycle. Everything is a choice. It's up to you whether you can choose yourself or ultimately be enslaved to some idea or some desire that somebody's dangling in front of you. It's not real. And they make it look real, but look, they're overweight, they're miserable, they're unhealthy, they're broke. Do you want to be like that? I don't want you to be like that. So hit the like button, hit the bell, subscribe to my channel. Until next time.